Hi, nobodies. Check out the crazy do. And just come out of the tub. As always, just about, unless I just hit on something earlier. I got two things to talk about tonight. First off, the great idea one of my friends gave me. Well, I mean, he mentioned marijuana. And then he said that it's hard to get where he's at. And I'm like, yeah, okay, you're in prison. I would imagine marijuana is not real easy to come by or use in jail. And that got me to brainstorming that why are they not? Sorry. It's funny to me because, I mean, it's like I don't partake, okay? Not anymore. But, um, God, my face is uneven. This looks that way. Um, I don't partake, but I have no problem with it. I see medicinal purposes. I mean, marijuana is never going to do to you what the drugs that are legal will do to you, period. Um, it is safe. It is a freaking plant made by God. Now, if, maybe God doesn't want you getting stoned out of your mind, but it's a plant. How many people, cultures were using plants, bark, all this stuff to cure things before big pharma come along. So, anyway, when it becomes legal and widely accepted as medicinal, at least, I don't think it's a bad idea to pump it through the ventilation system at a prison. Because when you think about it, if you've ever been high, I have never, while high, wanted to punch somebody. I mean, literally, like somebody could be standing in front of me and calling me all kinds of names and all in my face. And I would just be aggravated because I'd be like sitting there going, dude, I'm trying to chill here. If you ain't got a Twinkie for me, please go. It's like you don't want to get up and do stuff like kick ass unless it's like kicking ass at being cool, which it's funny to watch when you're not high. But anyway, like there are like two goals when you're high. No, three: sleep, pig out. Like you might go on a hunt for some donuts, some Twinkies, whatever you love, chips. Like I get sick if I don't have my munchies. And the other thing that people do is they just kind of sit there and, like, if you're outside, you watch the clouds and you look at the shapes and stuff. It's actually kind of cool. You might be checking out. I was in the shower for so long that my fingers got all wrinkly. You are not really a threat to anybody when you're high. So, what better way to keep control of inmates than to allow them marijuana? If you don't want to give them pain pills, if you don't want to give them anti-anxiety meds, if you don't want to treat them for mental disorders or treat them correctly, or if they are medication resistant, or if they just don't like to take their meds, hello, perfect drug for that. It's not perfect. It like doesn't cure anything really, but it does help. There are lots of people with arthritis that swear up and down that cannabis helps them, without them having to take Oxy and Vicodin and shit, so. And I know people with anxiety who swear by certain blends of CBD, whether it's CBD oil or actual weed. So, I'm like, this would be a really good way to make prison a more peaceful place. Kind of force medical marijuana on them. And I'm pretty sure a lot of them would not have they would not have to be forced to do it. That'd be like if you handed them some alcohol, which they make anyway. I mean, if you watch Orange is the New Black, they are very creative about manufacturing ways to get messed up. Like, booze is a valuable commodity. Yeah, that's bugging me. I'm a peacock. I am not high. Swear to God. So, okay, that's the first thing I want to talk about. That they should pump weed into the prison system. Ventilation. Serious, it'll make the guards' jobs a lot easier. Now, kitchen staff would have a problem. Commissary would be making money hand over fist on some dang snacks. I mean, seriously, that would be the downside for the prisoners, is that they would blow through a snack budget. Just on that. They'd be trying to figure out a way to, to limit their munchies or something. I don't know. They put in extra work or something. I should not joke about it. It's not really funny, but I'm serious. What they're doing doesn't necessarily work. I got friends that, they'll put the whole facility on lockdown. Everybody is in solitary confinement for like this time it was a month, and then they said the next time it'll be 3 months. I mean, 3 months of no phone calls, no visits, not leaving your cell. I mean, that's some bullshit. Okay, so now that I got that out of the way, my other issue for today. Okay. Anytime I hear a diagnosis, I Google it. Okay? Google is awesome. I mean, you can find misinformation too, so you kind of got to look at like a few things and see where the commonality is. It's kind of like how I look at religion. You look at all of them and say, okay, what do they have in common? This. So this must be what the creator wants, or the universe, or whatever you want to call it. So, the inner psychologist in me will see somebody get a diagnosis, right? And they freak out. And they're like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I got this. And it's like, you've been having it. It's not like hearing, you've got cancer. No, you're bipolar. You've been bipolar. Chill. Look it up. Look up stuff. I mean, they dumb it down for people too. I mean, I can look at pharmaceutical stuff, and I'm looking at like the chemical compound and stuff. I don't expect the average person to be able to know what a pill consists of. So when I say that you can Google what your diagnosis is, or an issue that you realize you have, when I say you can Google that, you do not have to know medical terminology. For those of you who may not know, those of you who don't watch me, if you happen to watch me, just know that, like, they dumb it down for people so that people understand it. It's like Google, a lot of the stuff is like the idiot's guide to whatever. I mean, Google is great with that. And you can go into the more technical stuff too. But I get so aggravated that people will just flip out like, oh my God, my life is over. I'm bipolar. And I just want to scream, bitch, bipolar is manageable. You get the right combination of meds, you're fixed. Not that you're broken. I hate that term, fixed. No. You get the right combination of meds with bipolar disorder, or if you've just got depression, you'll be fine. You've got to take drugs for the rest of your life probably, but it's no different than having to take insulin medication or something for hereditary high cholesterol. but you're fine. You're curable. You don't have to go to therapy. You don't have to keep a condition in check with therapy and then deal with when you're stressed that everything goes out of whack. See, me, when I'm stressed, like I don't have these roller coaster emotions. So when I'm stressed, my anxiety just gets worse. My depression gets worse. The BPD ramps that up if I'm not dealing with that, which the BPD, which is affected by stress, is also affected by all those things that I repress, all those things I choose not to feel because I ain't got time for that. So I get aggravated when they say, like, it's hopeless. You know, it's like they didn't just tell you you've got 6 months to live. They didn't tell you you've got ALS. You know, it's not all downhill from here, honey. You have a path now. I mean, it requires finding the right medications, but it's a path to recovery, you know? Or when somebody learns a new term, like I know somebody who learned the new term codependent. That's great to learn that you know what your issue is. I mean, we should all know what our issues are. I mean, my issue is fear of rejection, which is part of fear of abandonment. So I don't always put myself out there because, you know, I was rejected a lot of things. Kind of looks like a mohawk. Okay, stop. I'm in a weird mood today. Okay, when you find out the term, don't spend a lot of time thinking about it until you've looked it up. I mean, seriously, people. When they tell you you've got degenerative bone disease, don't just sit there and think about, I've got degenerative bone disease. Oh my God, I've got degenerative bone disease. Look that shit up so you can go, okay, degenerative bone disease, also known as osteoarthritis. Well, that doesn't sound that bad. How is it is it curable? No, it's not curable. Is it treatable? Yeah, it's treatable. You know, what caused this? In the case of codependency, if it goes to a certain level, you cannot just blame yourself because what does a codependent need? If you look it up, a codependent needs an enabler. So you cannot put all the blame on the codependent, just as you cannot put all the blame on the enabler. They're both wrong. Does it mean they're bad? No. They just kind of fit in this, I'm not going to say toxic situation. It's just not healthy. I am a glass half full type of person. I am the glass is a quarter full, or saying, hey, the glass still has water in it. And then the glass still has a purpose. You know, I try not to look into the negativity of things. I'm not going to say I'm out of water. No, I still have a cup. You know, you got to put a positive spin on things. You have to. I mean, because this world is just so negative. So you have to find some way to twist everything into a positive. Don't feel bad that you're codependent. Be happy that you know this, that you can work on it, and realize who enables you. And don't allow them, you know, and call them out on being an enabler. You know, like if you're an alcoholic and your mom's bringing you alcohol, she's enabling you to be an alcoholic. So you have to call them out on that and say, do not bring me more alcohol. No matter how much I ask, do not do this for me. Do not clean up after me when I get sick. Do not let it slide if I go out and drink. You know, you have to put people on notice. You can't just go into your head and blame everything on yourself. I mean, that is a problem with mental illness, is we realize what's wrong with us, and we will demonize ourselves. Like, I have put everybody through hell. Everybody's unhappy because of me. Everything sucks because of me. And it's like, no. People can choose to not be a part of whatever your damage is. If they choose to be around, it's because they love you, or because they enable you, or because they feel obligated. You know, there's some reason. And they choose to keep themselves in your path of destruction, if it is such a thing. I do not leave destruction in my wake. I might leave some scratching heads and some, what? She is weird. You know, but what can I say? I am me, you are you, and they are they. But I just wanted to share that. Those of us who do take the time to Google stuff, we get really irritated when people will raise hell about something, and it's like, okay, you know. And then you try to talk them down, because like, if you know about those things, you try to talk them down, and they don't listen to you, like you don't know. And it's like, well, hello? Who knows more about BPD in your life than me? You ask me. You know, that's kind of my thing, is research. So even if you don't want to research it, you just say, hey, Ann, research this for me. Look it up for me. Tell me what you find out. Because I will do that. That is like purpose. And purpose is like my lifeblood. I need projects. Part of my deal. If I focus on something, I can't focus on other things, which is kind of a bad thing too. Such is life, my life. Had a little hiccup with my anxiety today, but I think that part of that had to do with my stomach already wasn't feeling real great. And then before I left, my daughter says, hey, Mom, can you check my head? Any parent who has heard those words more than once knows that those words suck. I mean, because you check, you hope to God you don't find anything, but just the idea of checking, it's like, oh no, please tell me it's dandruff. Because if you find anything, oh man, it means you gotta vacuum everything, you gotta spray everything, we had to shave Gavin's head because he can't stand to have it. Like, just checking his head, he raises hell about it. He hates it. Like, it's a sensory thing. Okay, I am gonna go. I had a great day, even though I had a little hiccup. Still doing better than I was last week or the week before or the week before that. So better is always better. So I've had a great day, and you have a great night.